Okay, then let's see. I'm trying to see my little list I've got marked down. I guess I'm down to Mr. Sizemore or Mr. Johnson. Anything?
I got a
Yeah.
couple questions. This is something I've been dwelling on, something I've been thinking about. I just want to know if somebody in here can, if you or the sheriff, either one, he would know or you would know. These kids that's being sent to the academy, of course they have to go. Where does that money come from that pays for that?
Where does the money come from?
Yeah, you know.
It's allotted through the state.
Okay.
It's allotted through the state, and it's 18 weeks.
Right.
And their meals are paid for while they're there. And through that 18-week period, the state allots XYZ dollars, and that changes from time to time. If they add to the week, they're currently in the process of wanting to add to make it 22 weeks. So back when I first started, it was 10 weeks. It went to 14 weeks. It went to 16 weeks, and it went to 18 weeks. And they're currently trying to make it 22 weeks, which I'm all for. These guys being professionally trained.
Does any of that money that pays for that comes from the county?
No, that.
Nothing?
No, no.
Okay, good. Because I know when you send them up there, there's no guarantee that they can't leave like a week later, right, and go somewhere else?
No, well, yeah, there is. There is the legislation, and there is in the book that says that they can be held accountable on a 3-year contract.
Yeah, they
that
should.
says, and it actually decreases as the time goes on. For example, and I'll use Mike in this example. If I send Mike to the academy, he graduates, he's got a 3-year window there, and he would have to reimburse. The sheriff's office back. Now, with that being said, I do pay their salary while they're there.
Yeah.
But the actual cost of the academy, as far as the training, it comes from the Department of Criminal Justice Training. But, for example, I just throw this for example out, if Mike is being paid a salary of, during that 18 weeks, and I'm just going to say it this way just because the math's easier, of $1,000, okay? And he stays a year and a half, he has to reimburse the sheriff's officer / the county back $500. That's how that actually works.
The reason I asked, because I didn't know exactly where the money came from, because I know that they have left before, just a little bit after not too long after they graduated, and went somewhere else. Just curious. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else from?
Judge, you hear anything on the water line extensions like the Tennessee where they're writing grants up like for water line or pump stations or?
Well, I do have a little good news on the pump station that for the water lines that we're doing this summer, which is about $750,000 worth. Yesterday I went and talked with the property owner, and he's agreed to let them set a pump station in this piece of property if we'll replace one tile in his driveway. And this money will be coming from the money out of the $750,000. Not costing the city anything, not costing the county. So that'll speed up the process on that one. Now, as far as that, what we're doing this summer with about 7 different locations, 11 water lines, that, since that, I guess you say landowner done us that way yesterday, it's going to speed it up a whole lot for us. Because we just need the pump station very bad. And to mention that with the UT people, we have people in the Redbird community today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And these people that can write grants, they're looking at water situation there. They're looking at homes there that might be able to, like I say, improve them. They're going to be in our area for next, now, the next 2 days. So we are looking at that, and so that should help us with that a whole lot.
I've been trying to help, you have on that
Yeah.
Rollins attorney, people's been calling me about, he knows one of those, if you could help us there.
Well, we are going to ask them if they'll help us write grants for money for water lines. It's we have 5 that we'd like to get done later on, but I'm going to tell you, it's 5 different sections of the county, and it's just a little over $1 million. The easy part has already been done, now it's the real hard part. But we've not quit, we're still working on it. Okay. Anything else before we get started on item voting here? I mentioned the Pride. I had some things wrote down here. Let me mention a couple things with you, and then we can get on to the new business there. One thing is, we do have, I would say, waterless restrooms. We have one up at the Elk Mountain Industrial Park and one at the Oneida Park. And we do know next weekend is Easter. We need those restrooms cleaned out. We do have a fire truck we've taken to the restrooms and washed them out. But be honest with you, when our workers get down there and you got a fire truck load of water, let's just say, for instance, if it's 400 gallons, they'll probably use every bit of it spraying just so they can be spraying. So what I'm trying to say to you there, they're using a lot of water. They don't. Sometimes they won't have to. I'm just asking you all if I can go out here and bounce a pressure washer. We've got a truck we can hook up to. They probably use 10 gallons of water instead of 400 gallons. And I don't think pressure water costs that much. It'll help us at both places, keeping those restrooms cleaned out. And I'm just getting permission from you all to do that. And then one other item, we need a riding lawnmower at the Oneida Park. And just like that, permission you all to be able to get one for that.
On the pressure washer?
Yes, sir.
Another thing that's a good idea for too is their equipment.
Equipment, yeah.
To wash the radiators and stuff out.
Yes, sir.
The one we've got over there, it ain't much, it's no hot water.
I understand.
So you can pull that truck right up to the equipment and clean it.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have to be brought into the,
No.
yeah, garage. Well, I wanted to run that by the court. If it's all right, we do have a motion, that'd be all right.
I'll make a motion.
Well, we got a motion and a second. Okay.
Harrison Pinkton.
Yes.
Bryce Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Ronnie Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Asher.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all. And next item, and I'm going to mention to you this Monday, and I'm going to get with, I've already talked with Beautiful Sun. They do have a sale in Frankfurt on pickup truck. We've got some over there. It's been there quite a while. We'd just like to have permission to go look and see if we could find something that we could use down there. It's an auction sale that starts this Monday. And if you're there on first day, you kind of get first choice. It's pretty good to do that. We need at least probably, we could use about 3 more because we've got 2. It's not going to be operated very shortly. And I'm just mentioning the court that I'll have to go down and check them. Yes, sir.
I've got one of the trucks that's out parked today. The front end and stuff out of it's gone. And the transmission is a red truck that I use. It's too dangerous for them to be driving.
And I would say this, for that, I believe it was last year we went down and we probably got 3 trucks for, on average, about $12,000, and we're still using those. They're pretty good.
I'll make a motion to do it.
And I appreciate it.
Thing I'd like to see on those Joe, when we buy new trucks, if there's one we can get off our insurance policy, like the one Chris just mentioned.
Yeah, we will. We'll get that off, because we got to park it.
Yeah, we
You
take
can't sell it to no one. I mean, it's not, we always do that. We take them off.
Yeah, when we park them, we go to
Yeah.
every catch and takes them out.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Who seconded?
Okay.
Harrison Pinkton.
Yes.
Bryce Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Ronnie Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Asher.
Thank you all. Yes. Thank you. And Mr. Johnson, while you're here, Kevin, and I had a little note. I did have a person come by today, and I know we have done some security, I guess, remodeling with our system here with their keys and all that. I did have a person ask the other day, thought we need cameras up in our building here, and I didn't know how hardly had an answer, Mayor. I thought, yeah, sometimes it'd be good, but we made it here, but
And I'll give you my opinion.
Okay.
Cameras, you know, cameras are an excellent tool as far as to the point of preventing some things. It's also an excellent tool to document what has happened. So, I mean, as a deterrent, it could be, well, you know, obviously, but, you know, that's obviously something the fiscal court would have to decide one way or the
Yeah.
other. The cost anymore is relatively cheap compared to what it has been in the, you know, in the
Yeah.
previous years. Probably wouldn't be you know, bad idea to a point to, you know, someone, a couple on the back doors here and one on the front lobby. It's just throwing that out there at you. Which this system does have the capability of having video attached to it, so.
okay. That was just something I know I had to throw down here, and that's something, court, just keep in mind. I'm not asking you to vote on anything today, but please keep it in mind for us that we, you know, might want to do that later on or something. But that was a note I had, all right? Anything else? Anyone before we get started, new business? Okay. All right, if not, new business. Motion approval of the following and county employees' employment or changes. And let me, and you're looking at it, but Jason Roberts, he's a new person that they hired at the deputy jailer. And what it's saying from $7.75 after 6 months, move him to 8.25. You can see that. Danny Ivy, paramedic, changed status from no retirement. He's coming back. He used to work as part-time. I think he's come back working full-time to with retirement. And Michelle Brandon, you've said maternity and medical leave in effect for the 1st of April here. So, a motion, second. Any other comment?
Harrison Payton. Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Asher.
Yes. And motion to approve of policy and procedure manual for Clay County Detention Center. And that's what Kenny has been writing up, and we're gonna present some at their special meeting also. And it's, I gave us a list somewhere in there.
I make a motion.
Got a motion of second.
Harrison Payton.
Yes.
Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Asher.
Yes. Motion to acknowledge of receiving Clay County Detention Center budget fiscal year 2014 and 15. I did look at that a while ago. And it is pretty close to the same budget they had. It's very close. And if you see anything different, I'll tell you what it is real quickly. It's where we used to get, I guess we'd say, inmates from other counties. It had dropped off a whole lot. Used to, we would, if I could, well, just any county, and I'll not use no names with it, but we were getting like maybe 40 inmates from other county, dropped down to 10, and then because of the money expense, now it's picking back up 16, 17 again. So it's, and a big cause of that is when the state started doing the, what we call it, early release. If they want a hardened criminal, they let them out a little earlier. Now you get to the point, so some of those people are coming back. So it's really just starting to pick back up. And, again, he's trying to get it pretty close to what the budget was last year.
I'll make the motion. Second, Beverly.
Harrison Payton.
Yes.
Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson. Joe Asher. Johnny Johnson.
I'll abstain on
And Joe Asher.
Yes.
Okay.
And item 4 Motion to approve withdrawal request, Clay County Maintenance, and issue checks when funds available. And that is from the cold severance, when it's, the money's available there to pay off an envelope.
I'll make a motion on that, Judge.
Okay.
Harrison Payton.
Yes.
Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Asher.
Yes, and I will say that on that one there about drawing that out and just paying that off, it's probably saving us. We had voted on probably a couple months ago, getting it on like a lease, and then when we got it, rental or lease, and when we got it paid off, we just had to pay a small amount in reserves. By doing this way, it probably, be honest with you, probably saved us about $18,000. Because time they add interest on it and everything else. And it would help for us there. Okay. Item number 5, motion approval of monthly bills.
I'll make a motion. Approve.
Harrison Payton.
Yes.
Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson.
Yes.
Joe Asher.
Yes. Motion approval all monthly transfers.
Motion, Beverly. Second.
Harrison Payton.
Yes.
Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Asher.
Yes. And the motion approval of March 2014 minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Harrison Payton.
Yes.
Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Asher.
Yes. And a motion approval of reading of amendment number 6, fiscal year 2013-14.
Motion, Beverly.
Second, Beverly.
Harrison Payton.
Yes.
Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah.
Joe Asher.
Yes. And matter of fact, we done covered, I have which says item number 9, any other business. We done covered all my notes when we did this up here before we got started on voting there. All I had, anything from anyone before we close?
Doug, we need to talk about that last day on that road, up there, Joe, on that Swafford Road there.
Well, I do have, we talked about it, I do have a letter from Clay County Home Health. We have a lady that lived on the road, I think it's 3 houses on this road. And this lady, I'm not sure what all is happened, I will say this. She has the best, I guess, just the easiest way to say it, no lower limbs, no legs. And they asked for some help. Home Health did get to her to help get to her house so they can come to her. I don't know how many times a week, but they did ask that, and they asked if the county could help them with some gravels, help fix the road a little bit so they could get in and out, even if they need the ambulance and all this. So from the Home Health, they give us a letter. And once they did that, I did ask their crew if they would go out there and see what they could do for them.
There shouldn't be any problem with that, what they claim, because there's 3 homes and she is bad handicapped.
Yeah, the judge and I talked about it, and I told him that there should be no problem whatsoever with that.
I mean,
I appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
not sure they would.
I'm sure they appreciate it. So we've had some spots. I went to a spot the other day that a person was sick, and I'm telling you, I had to put my car in four-wheel drive to get into where they actually parked the car in the driveway. Now, it wasn't, the rough road was not in their driveway. It was just getting there. And I had to put my car in four-wheel drive getting there. It was pretty bad shape.
What was the name of the road again?
That's where Swafford Road, what it is, that's where the Swaffords live out on, Upper Raider.
Yeah, I'm not, is it Swafford Road?
But it's really ain't got no name of it, it's Swafford, I mean, it's, you got it in that envelope there, Joe.
It's where,
That's where,
let me see here.
there's two families, Swaffords, and there's somebody else there, that woman that's handicapped there.
Mhm. This hacker lady, I'll just let you know, we don't have to mention it. But the road is out on, it's on Upper Raider.
It's on
It's
Upper
off
Raider.
Upper
I'll just
Raider.
put that then if it
Yeah.
don't have a certain name.
Yeah, I can just put adjacent to Upper Raider there. And the closest one I know to it is Darrell Swafford there. Yeah. It's hard to turn down when you see a project like that. They need to get in there to it. Anything else? Okay, nothing else? If nothing else, I will say this to this group before we get ready to go right quickly. Our church is putting on a play, an Easter play. It's coming up next weekend. I think you would enjoy it if you'll come down to it. I believe on Saturday nights and Sunday nights, 6 o'clock. Okay, both nights. And I believe you would enjoy that one. We think it's pretty good. So we'd invite everybody to come down. And when we own that part, before we do dismiss, I would say, like always, ask the churches out there, pray for us, that our county and our court, that we make the right decision, do the right things, and just keep us in mind. And other than that being said, I guess we need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Harrison Pinkton.
Yes.
Ross Hoskins.
Yes.
Sonny Gay.
Yes.
Hugh Gregory.
Yes.
Johnny Johnson.
Yes.
Joe Asher.
Yes. And that being said, meeting adjourned.